guys. Today I'm not going to be playing violin. I'm going to explain the Allstate audition process in detail because I know for newcomers it can be really confusing. So I'll write down most of the stuff in the description so you can look there. Alright, so first of all, in May, the Allstate Etudes came out. Those are the 2 etudes, and you've been practicing those all summer, I hope. And then at the end of July, the Allstate Excerpts came out. These excerpts are the orchestral pieces that'll be played by the Allstate orchestras at the TMEA convention. Alright, so then at the beginning of the school year, in a few days, the region excerpts will come out. Now, there are about 30 regions across Texas, so everyone's going to have different region excerpts depending on what region you're in. And you have to audition for region before you audition for Allstate. You have to make region first. So now your region excerpts will include part of the Allstate music. They'll have some of the region excerpts will be small cuts of the Allstate Etudes. And then the rest of your region excerpts will be cuts from the pieces that you'll play at region orchestra. Okay, so then after you made region, your concert for region will probably be in like December, but in October, if you made it, then you get to audition for Allstate at the end of October. And so you have a ton of music for Allstate, all these excerpts and etudes, but you're not going to play all of it for the audition. So the day before your audition, it'll be on a Saturday at the end of October, and the day before, the TMEA will release the specific music that, like the specific cuts that you'll play. They're usually about 7 for violins, so 7 or 8. Like specific cuts you'll play, you'll record them. So make sure the day before your audition you ask your teacher for those specific cuts. It'll be like part of one of the etudes, and then another part of the other etude, and parts of the excerpts. You probably won't play the whole excerpts, you'll probably play part of the excerpts. And so, like I said, this is recorded. There will be, so let's say there are 7 cuts, you'll have 7 recordings. And so after you've done that, your Allstate audition on that Saturday. Now I'll explain kind of how that's judged. So the week or 2 weeks after the Allstate audition on the Saturday, all the TMEA judges, mostly like teachers, members of TMEA, will get together and in like different groups. So say there were 7 cuts, so there will be 7 like committees of judges, one for each cut that they judged them. And that'll be, again, the weekend after or 2 weekends after the audition. And how they score you is on the committee. So say there's a committee for the first excerpt. They'll all score you based on how well they think you did on that one recording. Then they throw out the lowest score and the highest score to prevent like bias. And then they average the remaining scores, and that is your score for that recording, that cut. And they use those scores like to compare you to other people, and that's how they rank you. So now I want to explain how round 1 and round 2 work. So there's 2 rounds for Allstate. The first 3 cuts or so will be for round 1. Then the remaining cuts will be for round 2. Make sure when you audition you know which cuts are for which. It's just nice to know. So in our example, we had 7 cuts. So let's say the first 3 were for round 1, and the remaining 4 for round 2. Okay, so there are about 350 violinists who audition for Allstate, and to make this process easier, they separate it into these 2 rounds. So on the Saturday of the judging, it takes place on a weekend. So there's round 1 is judged on Saturday, round 2 is judged on Sunday. And on that Saturday, after listening to the first 3 cuts, so after round 1 is done, they rank everyone. And the top 120 violins or so, I think it's about that. It might not be exact, but let's just say it is. Top 120 violins will go on to round 2, and the rest of the violins won't go on. That's so the judges don't have to listen to all 7 cuts from all 350 violins. It would take way too long. So they only listen to the first 3 from everyone, and based on how everyone's ranked, they move certain people on to listen to their remaining excerpts. So let's say you make it to round 2, and you won't, that round 1 ranking, after round 1's done, you probably won't even see it. You might, but it doesn't mean anything because you're re-ranked for round 2. So they take those top 120 violins. That's basically all the violins who will make Allstate. But round 2 determines what orchestra you'll be in at Allstate. So after the round 2 rankings come out, after they score you in the rankings, the top 20 violins will be in first violins at symphony, the top orchestra. Then the next 20 violins will be second violins symphony. Next 20 will be first violins and philharmonic, and so on. You get it. So that determines what part you'll play in what orchestra at Allstate. Okay, so now that you know that, after making it, TMEA will send you the music for your part that you'll play at the Allstate convention. So you want to prepare that, and the TMEA convention is in February. So after working on the music that you'll play with the orchestra there, you'll have a seating audition when you get there. And the seating audition, it's kind of similar to region. I think different regions do auditions differently, but this audition, the seating audition, it's within your section, so you can move up in your section, like based from your original ranking. You can move up, but you can't, like if you're in second violins symphony, you can't move up to first violins symphony. You can only move up within your section. So and how the audition works there, that seating audition, everyone from your section is in a room, and you all go up one by one and play the excerpts for the judges. The judges are behind or they're facing away from you, so they can't see you. And so you play in front of everyone in your section. It's pretty nerve-wracking. And again, that music is the music that TMEA sent you that you'll play in the orchestra, but you don't get the specific cuts that you'll play for that seating audition until like you get in the room. That's when they tell you what exactly you'll play. So you really need to prepare everything. If you made Allstate, you need to prepare all the music they gave you, so you'll do well on that seating audition. All right, so I hope that was kind of helpful. There's a lot of information. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help you. And thanks for watching.